Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh, and today we have a Fear the Walking Dead video for you. It is confirmed Troy Otto is returning for the final season.
The final 6 episodes.
Final half of the final season.
There we go.
Yes, guys. Are you putting the picture up?
No. So here, guys. So the AMC did confirm he is returning, right? They did confirm this at San Diego Comic-Con, but that information kind of was a little withheld. There was a clip that was released that was leaked. AMC has not officially released it. That clip also was shown at San Diego Comic-Con. It's like, why? That's what I don't understand about AMC and their promoting. Why would you only show a clip for San Diego Comic-Con viewers and not release it to the public? Now, I understand you don't want to maybe release it so you're not spoiling it, but when the leaks do come out, which they did, it's going to spoil it already. You've already announced that he's returning, so that's already spoiled. So there were 2 images of him. We didn't see the clip. We've seen the images of him. I can show one of them. It just has his sunglasses on. I don't want to show the other one.
That's the one I just don't
want to spoil it for you guys, but he is confirmed to return, which is very exciting because we kind of thought it was him anyway from the picture that we saw, the silhouette of him. It looked like him. It was like, why would Madison jump up and want to kill this person who's standing there? Also, the post-credit scene was, who has the bag, the hammer, especially Alicia's arm, which we'll talk about.
So first of all, I question myself, why would, even knowing that it's Troy, why is Madison jumping up wanting to kill him, right? Because they didn't end, well, if anything, it should be the other way around. If anything, he should be attacking her, wanting to kill her. Yeah. Now, obviously, there's some context that we haven't been provided. My guess is she's jumping up and attacking him because it has something to do with Alicia. Maybe he gives the arm. Madison maybe already knows about that arm.
We don't know yet, really.
It's interesting, but this is exciting news, guys. This is what we wanted for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's something that it's great that we're seeing it. It sucks it's only going to be for the last part of the season forever, because I think what they're wanting to do is they're wanting to bring back technically a villain that would have become the villain if the new showrunners didn't completely screw up the next season, season 4. I think Troy would have returned early on if they would have kept to that story.
I know that, but I don't know if he would have been the villain, right? I mean, I think that
depends on how they would have wrote it. But
it's been a while since I've watched it. We do want to go back and do some throwback reactions of Fear the Walking Dead now that it is on
AMC Plus.
Thank you. Yeah. Which we've been waiting for, even though I didn't know that. But I distinctly remember he was there to help her, wasn't he? In the dam?
No,
I mean remember
he wasn't. Troy wasn't fully. He was partially a villain and partially, I wouldn't say a protagonist.
He was vindictive.
He was very vindictive, and he went back and forth. He had a good relationship with Nick. He had a crazy relationship with Madison, and he wasn't really fully
infatuated by Madison.
Yeah, he wasn't fully on board with our survivors in a sense. I think if the showrunners wouldn't have left when we got the new showrunners for season 4, I think they would have probably written something to make Troy return and become a villain almost, to get revenge for what Madison did.
I would have thought that would have been Proctor John.
No, because they really didn't do much of Proctor John.
But if they would have kept the writers, maybe
they could have done something.
Maybe they would have. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's neither here nor there. But he does make. I'm not saying he doesn't. He does make a good villain. I think he's going to make an awesome villain.
And that's the question for this final half: is Troy going to be a villain? Because there's some theories out there as to why he has Alicia's arm. Could he have killed Alicia and taken the arm?
No.
Would Alicia really have given up that arm to say, "Oh, here, Troy, take this back and show my mom that I'm alive"? I mean, it's weird because in the post-credit scene, Troy has been tracking them since the dam. Because if you look at the map, it goes from Baja, Mexico, in the dam, all the way over to Gainesville, Texas, or Galveston, Texas, to where they recently were. So he's been tracking them for a long time.
That's Troy, dude.
That's sick.
Like that's Troy. Like
Right.
that I could just see that from Troy. And here's the thing, like that takes some serious like mental instability, I think, to like have that much of a vendetta against someone.
Well,
like we already know he's crazy.
Yeah, but even the fact of being able to track them.
No, I'm not.
Is huge.
Not taking the skills into it.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that Madison and that crew has been on his mind since he literally got washed away from the dam.
Yeah.
I would have to assume that is insane.
It's insane. And that's the big question. Is he, when we see them in that scene, which I think we know of the scene from the teaser, you know, is he the villain? Is he going to be the villain or kind of a protagonist? Now we kind of heard from some people who may have gotten some leaks and kind of said that he might be the villain, but we're going to wait and see, of course, October 22nd.
Do you think that scene that we're specifically talking about is Madison overreacting without Troy saying anything to seeing that arm and just immediately attacking him knowing his past? And then he goes on to explain, wait a second, I'm trying to track her as much as you're trying to track her. She's still alive.
Potentially, yeah. I think it's, you know, as long as, you know, let's say Madison doesn't know a lot of details about Alicia. Let's just say they didn't, you know, they haven't given her much. So she's going to really, I think her reaction, what we saw in the teaser, is her getting up and trying to kill a person who's standing there, which I believe is going to be Troy. Is probably Troy is mentioned about the arm. He probably said something about Alicia, and because she can't really tell whether he's telling the truth or not, she's just going to be rage because of her feelings for Alicia and haven't been able to see her and not knowing if she's alive or dead. She's just going to react like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'm going to come after you.
Dude,
like,
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the first scene of Troy walking in. And it's most likely that scene.
Yeah. That's why we didn't want to watch the leaked footage, guys, because one, we didn't want to post it and get it taken down by AMC. Two, we want to leave it for the reaction.
Fresh reaction.
It's going to be so much better when we see it on the reaction, guys.
I mean, just imagine him throwing down all this stuff that he's used to track them. And also look at it from this perspective.
And he still has the hammer.
Imagine the crew that he's assembled around him and what he's built since then. Like, I'm very interested in that. Like this it almost reminds me of like a Negan-esque type thing where, I mean, he's got force. I'm assuming he's the leader.
We're assuming. It kind of seems that way because of the teaser where they brought Strand and Madison, a couple other people they haven't tied in, and they're waiting for him. And that's what I'm thinking that scene is going to be like. Is he's going to come in, he's going to introduce himself. They might, Madison and Strand might recognize his voice for a second until they physically see his presence or something.
Dude, I cannot wait for that.
Or the way that he talks, like, maybe they're saying something and he comes in and says, "Oh no, Madison would never do something like that."
There's still a lot of questions I have. Does he know about Nick?
That's the thing. What did he learn in his travels of tracking?
That's the main question. What has he learned in the time that he was swept away by the water and, now, right?
Yeah.
Are we going to get a flashback scene?
Be nice.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be nice.
Directly after the events of the dam and how he got to the point that he is now.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be awesome.
I hope they do. But there's. I wouldn't say. I mean, there kind of is a time constraint, 6 episodes.
Yeah, but you could do that in 15 minutes, dude.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're probably going to introduce him probably the very first episode. I would imagine, if not the second.
Dude, it would be awesome if they did that right out the gate.
Yeah.
Like the first 15 minutes of the first episode is literally jumping into his story.
Well, they have to have Madison and Strand, of course, get captured. So maybe they're going out looking for children, trying to bring them to Padre. Because now Troy, in tracking them, now he knows exactly where they're at because he heard Madison's announcement over the radio, so now he knows exactly where to go to find her.
Yeah.
So it's going to be huge, guys, and again we're super excited because we've always loved the character of Troy. I don't know. My theory right now is, in a way, I think I don't know if he's going to potentially be the final villain.
I know what you're doing here. Like I think you're on the same page as me. Like, you know that he can be a good villain.
Yes.
Like, that character can be a good villain, but deep down, you don't want him to be.
I
don't
want him to be.
Yeah,
but
you want him to be more on the good side.
He's got a lot of anger.
Yeah, like, that's
probably.
That was my favorite Troy. Like, the Troy that was, we knew he was a little bit psycho. We knew that this dude could just go off the rails if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But Nick reeled him in.
Nick kept him, yeah.
I loved that aspect of it.
And Madison kind of kept him a little bit
in
too,
check.
but not really. Not from what happened at the I would say the farm, but you know what, Nick? Or you know
the
what,
ranch.
The ranch, yeah. You know what
could.
Troy did.
She could.
She kind of did until he went AWOL and brought a whole horde down on top of him.
Well, yeah.
You know, but
I wonder if he mentions anything about the past, the ranch, his father. His brother.
He might.
Just a couple callbacks.
It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. But yeah, like, you're kind of picking up on it as, like, I don't really know if I want him to be the true final villain, because how is he going to end?
I don't want him to die.
Is he going to get killed?
I don't want him to die. I want that for some reason, I want that character to stay alive. I really enjoyed that character, and the actor did an awesome job.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting of how they're writing his story. So we know that he's been tracking them. He's going to come upon Madison and Strand and probably some of the others. Daniel, he'll know who he is, and Luciana. So it really just depends on this final story arc. And we'll definitely, we have time until October 22nd, so we'll definitely do some other videos talking about the overall story of what they might do, especially for Padre now being under Madison and there's control. Are they going to be able to find these parents to really, provide the kids the truth that your parents are out there, or Padre actually killed your parents because they stole you? And then what does Troy and his group, depending how large, really factor into this? Because
do they want Padre?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Does Troy want Padre, or is he more fixated on getting revenge for what Madison did? If not revenge, making her hurt in the way that he feels hurt. One would be Alicia, if he had to have found her if he has the arm, supposedly, or she could have maybe dropped it, thrown it out and said, I don't want it anymore, and in the area, and he picked it up. But I think he knows. I think we're going to get that arm is Alicia's, and he knows because he saw her.
But I don't think he's going to reveal that.
He may not.
I think that
right
for the purpose of, because I'm still going on the belief, guys, that we're going to get Alicia Debnam-Carey back.
Hope so.
For the final episode, that final reunite with her mother. Wow. I think we're going to get that. And I think that if we are going to, I know you
I just keep going back to what we got in The Walking Dead. We didn't get any reunions, really.
I just, if we are going to get that type of scene, they're going to keep that as secret as possible, even within the story. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised that, leaks have come out for Carol filming Daryl Dixon season 2 came out. So I'm surprised if leaks are out there, we haven't seen them yet.
I just mean from the perspective of Troy, the character for the story, is not going to tell anything about Alicia.
No, if he knows,
They're just going to keep it secret. Now, like you said, I'd be curious if he says, "Hey, you took my ranch away from me." Which in a way he kind of did that.
He did it himself.
But he ain't gonna see it.
No.
I'm gonna take Padre away from you.
With what force? Depends on how much people he has.
Know how. He's got enough force to keep them subdued.
Yeah,
at least in the teaser
or the house, whatever.
They look like a mansion.
I think they're kind of like in a condominium, or not a condominium, but kind of like a. It looked like a resort.
That
place.
Reminded me very closely to the hotel or whatever it was that Alicia was at when she found out about Padre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's gonna be wild, and we can't wait to see that scene. There was another theory out there that because it's Troy and he has the arm, so maybe he got in contact with Alicia. And there was another theory, do you think he got in contact with Charlie? Well, that would be a stretch, because Charlie was taken in by Padre, but we have no idea where she is and who she's with and whether she's still alive, because they did not address that in the first part. I don't even know if they ever will address it. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Have no idea. The actress who plays Charlie, she was asked some questions about Fear, and she really couldn't say anything. And so she didn't really say whether she was in it or not. She just said you'll have to watch and find out.
Well, then they're going to close it out. They're not going to.
No.
I mean, she's not going to say something like that and it just be nothing.
True. Yeah.
I think they're going to close it out.
Yeah. Because a lot of fans have wanted, I think even Josh included, they've wanted Madison to talk to Charlie.
I don't even
find out the truth.
I don't even know if it makes sense anymore to do that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really.
Why now? Why would we need that now? Alicia's not around, so it's not like Alicia can explain why she let Charlie live.
We would want Alicia, or maybe even Strand, to tell Madison what happened to Nick. Morgan could have, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Luciana could.
I just think that Charlie being dead is probably an easy way out for the writing, to say, hey, we're not going to have this conversation. Like
they pretty much started that piece of it, of writing her out.
Madison, what's Madison's reaction going to be when she finds out that she's not a child anymore, but killed her son, her favorite son?
Yeah, she knows Nick's gone, but she doesn't know the circumstances behind it.
And Morgan's not there to tell her the circumstances anymore.
Not anymore.
Who's left? Strand,
Luciana, and Alicia.
Oh, Luciana.
Yeah. So I'm sure Daniel knows as well, and even probably June. They may know, but guys, I'm excited. We're excited.
When is it?
What?
Fear.
October 22nd.
That's right.
Fear returns after Daryl Dixon.
After the Daryl Dixon, yeah.
Yes.
So that's exciting. So we're gonna have. I think Daryl Dixon series is going to be really good, and then to follow that up with Troy returning, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, guys. So let us know your thoughts of hearing that Troy is going to be returning to Fear the Walking Dead. Do you think that he will be the final villain, or do you think he'll be just a villainous type group, but not the true villain for this end of the series? Now, what makes it interesting is, we'll get into another video, is, do we need a final villain?
I don't think so.
Since Padre is pretty much wasn't really a villain anyway, in a sense.
Lame.
But we'll talk more about our theories of how they will wrap up this series. I don't think with the plans that Walking Dead has, which we don't know a lot of their spin-off plans. Fear the Walking Dead technically is a spin-off. I just don't know if they're going to do any side stories with some of those characters. It'd be awesome to have something with Madison or Strand, but I don't know if they will do that for the sister show.
I don't think Madison, the character, garners enough attention to have a spinoff, like enough fan base to have a spinoff.
There's a lot of fan base that would, but would it really fit because of the long time she was away?
Yeah.
We're only getting her back now.
Now Strand.
To end it. Strand would be cool.
You could make another argument about that character.
Strand and Daniel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just big. It'd be like Negan and Maggie. They'd just be bickering.
Yeah,
but not all the time.
My thing that always bothers me about Daniel is I don't know if you call it Alzheimer's or dementia.
It's sad. Yeah, he's losing his mind is gone.
Unfortunately, that doesn't fit either. We don't have much more time with him, I think. Yeah. Now, we won't see the end. I don't think they'll close that Daniel character out that way, but...
Right. Yeah. We hope that he survives. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments about Troy returning. Definitely stay tuned. We'll have more videos up until the premiere, October 22nd. Like, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.